Hello and welcome to Enago's webinar titled Writing is Better Now, Easier Than Ever, Edit with Trinka AI, in collaboration with Trinka, an advanced artificial intelligence powered writing assistant. This session will assist authors and researchers in getting the best out of Trinka, the only academic writing assistant. Before we begin, I would like to mention that you can send us your questions using the Questions tab in the control panel, and our expert speaker would be happy to answer all your queries at the end of the webinar. Mr. Rahul is a Bell certified medical editor and an entrepreneurial product professional, instrumental in developing Trinka. He has 7+ years of experience in academic publishing industry with expertise in editing, product development, and operation. He has conceptualized and built academia-focused AI products for authors and publishers. We extend a warm welcome to our speaker and thank him for joining us today.
Thank you, Sneha. I hope everyone can see my screen now. We will be beginning the presentation and the live session afterward. First of all, welcome everyone to the webinar, our series of webinars on Trinka. The intention of this webinar series is to help authors, get the best out of Trinka, which is the only AI academic writing assistant. And I will explain why exactly the focus on academic writing when we talk about Trinka as a writing assistant. Let's begin with a quick introduction. So Trinka is an AI product which is designed to help writers write better. And it's focusing on academic writing, academic content, technical writing, or formal writing. Our mission here is to just empower all the authors out there to write and publish confidently in English. It could mean academic publication or any technical communication that you are intending to publish to an audience. Trinka is built on the experience of Enago, Enago's editorial experience, which spans 15+ years. Enago is a global company active in about 125+ countries, and we have served about 2 million authors so far. And given that experience, obviously Trinka is very, very well focused on academic writing. And you will see in the upcoming slides why that is so. Trinka is also a unique product in its proposition because, like we mentioned, Trinka is the only AI writing assistant which considers academic writing, all the nuances of academic writing, and then suggests corrections for your writing basis that. So just to give you a quick understanding of how Trinka evolved, right in 2005, Enago was founded, and we started serving thousands of authors across the world in getting their research published. Around 2010, we realized there's a need for an automated solution to help authors in their daily struggles with writing. And that's where Trinka's birth really happened. As an AI solution designed to help our editors first, Trinka took birth, being trained on 1 million papers, which was across different subject areas. And then it's just a matter of realization that we had in 2018, which is, this tool can be actually helpful for the academic writing community at large. And then Trinka took form in the form of the product that it is right now. Named after our principal linguist, Trinka Di Cunha, Trinka actually honors the effort that our linguists, our academics have put into making this product useful for all these academic authors out there. Currently, Trinka is helping about 80,000+ authors already across different scientific writing domains. And it's also being used by publishers to understand the quality of writing when papers are submitted to them, and also then helping them improve the writing quality overall. Today, we will be talking about two important features within Trinka, which help you with writing better, or improving the writing quality of your document. Now, that's the Cloud Editor, which is basically the web application on Trinka that you can use to write or edit your document, and Autofile Edit, an easy way to actually get your document edited once you've written it on any writing platform. This slide highlights the key differences. With the Trinka Cloud Editor, which we will demonstrate in a few minutes from now, you can actually write your content as you would write on any application like Microsoft Word or maybe a Google Docs. And you can insert your images, you can insert your tables, all of that is supported. You can also get writing suggestions right in real time when you're writing the paper, which makes the entire experience very seamless. All you need to do is just review each suggestion and then apply, accept or reject them basis your context. You can also have the option to actually submit it to a professional editor who's powered by Enago, of course, who are experts in their subject, in the particular subject you're writing your paper in. And finally, you can also download your file from the cloud editor. Now for the auto file edit feature, you can simply just upload your MS Word document onto Trinka, which then just in a couple of minutes gives you all the corrections in the document in track changes. And that obviously makes for a very fast method of editing your paper. And all you need to do is just then review your changes, if you like, to retain or reject ones you do not like. You also get a summary table, finally, in the document, which gives you an understanding of what kind of suggestions have been made or what kind of changes have been made in the document. We will talk about these use cases in detail in the demonstration as well. Before we move on to the demonstration, a quick understanding of where Trinka is available. So for all the authors, academic writers, Trinka is available as a web application on the cloud, which is www.trinka.ai. We also have an MS Word plugin, which basically enables you to get the benefits of Trinka's grammar suggestions right within Trinka's, right within the Word's familiar writing environment. We also have browser plugins, which enable you to get Trinka suggestions on any writing platform like Google Docs or even Word Online or Authoria, whichever you use. And finally, for enterprises, Trinka is also available as an API, and it can be installed on premise, or it can be a JavaScript which integrates within your writing platform. With that, we will move on to the demonstration. All right. So we will be talking about the cloud application, which is, like I said, www.trinka.ai, the website where you can register for free and start using Trinka for free as well. Once you make your account, all you need to do is just log in with that account, and you're taken to what we call My Drive. This is the space where you upload all your files. You can keep as many files as you want. There is no limit, and you can access them then at any point on any device. All you need to do is just log in with your credentials. It also enables you to create a folder and then organize your files neatly. Once you upload a file onto Trinka, it becomes accessible for edits or writing within the platform. Let's look at a file. This is a Trinka Cloud Editor. As you can see, the file that we had uploaded is already rendered. And you will see that on the right-hand side, you will have suggestions for all the errors that have been found by Trinka's AI writing AI engine. We have several categories of errors that we identify, of course, which I will be talking about. But the experience for you isn't very simple because all you need to do is just understand the highlighted error and make the corrections by clicking the suggestion there. It's as simple as that. You can also make amendments to the text that you have written if you like. And you can also filter suggestions. If you want to see only, for example, grammar errors, you can just select grammar errors and see only grammar corrections in the document. Now coming to the category suggestions themselves, Trinka will make about 4 different categories of error suggestions, which span about 3,000 different error types. The grammar is where you get all the grammatical error correction suggestions, like your article corrections, your subject verb, pronoun usage, etc., which is to do with the core grammar error within the writing. Within spellings, Trinka supports contextual spellings, which means it can distinguish for the subject that you're writing if a word is really fit for the context or not. For example, the difference between from versus form is handled by Trinka, and that is also for technical usage as well. That makes our spell checker quite unique. Within writing advice and enhancements, you get suggestions which improve your writing for tone, structural clarity, readability, and finally, the delivery of the entire content itself. With these overall 4 categories of suggestions, Trinka ensures that you not only just improve your writing for grammar accuracy, but also in terms of its readability and overall appeal for the audience. And all you need to do is just click on each error suggestion, understand it. We always have explanations for all the errors that we are highlighting within the document, and make those suggestions by clicking on those. You can also then select the academic style guide. Style guides are very crucial for language writing compliance within a journal's preferences, or to meet the journal's preferences. All you need to do is just select the style guides that we have already built into Trinka. AMA is very suitable for example, all the life sciences and medical content. Once you select so, Trinka will then check the content entirely for the writing suggestions in regard to the style guide. You can see that as a category as well in the filter. And as Trinka processes the document, you will have those populating in, and then you can just simply select the error again for that particular style guide and make the correction there. Similarly, you can also choose the tone that you want to use within your writing. If you're writing a blog or maybe some technical report which is not intended for publication, you can select general writing. Or you can choose academic writing if you're writing a paper or a book, chapter, or a thesis. Once you do so, Trinka will also then let you choose between the different types of paper that you can write, or even the subject area. Trinka automatically detects the subject area that you have written content in. And you can also then override. For example, you can, let's say, select cardiology for this paper and save it. Doing so gives you more control on how the publication checks work for the document. So that's quickly how the grammar suggestions work on Trinka. Now for consistency, it's also important when you're publishing your paper to make sure that there are mechanical inconsistencies are really removed to make sure that your content appears very professional. And to help you with that, Trinka can identify all the inconsistencies. And for example, over here, dashes, you have two different variations, one without a hyphen, one with a hyphen. All you need to do is just navigate through those and understand which one contextually fits better and apply that variant. And when you do that, Trinka will apply that throughout consistently, and you eliminate the inconsistency. There are about 9 different categories of inconsistencies that Trinka can capture and makes it easy for you to eliminate those. And finally, we have publication checks, which are about understanding how ready your paper is for publication. We have 8 different categories of checks. Once you start the check, you will see that the Trinka background engine has also assessed your paper's suitability for a particular journal, which you could have input. If you do not input any target journal, you will also get suggestions as to which journal really matches the content that you've written. And you can choose to submit to that journal. And we have technical compliance checklist, which will help you with meeting the basic requirements, which are a part of any desk screening process for any journal. For example, the inclusion of a title. Some journals might want you to not include it in the main manuscript for blending reasons, the affiliations, the abstract. All of that is completely understood by Trinka's structural engine as well. And the suggestions then that you get in terms of this technical compliance checklist will help you in making sure that you meet the requirements that the journal imposes before submission. Similarly, for ethical compliance, Trinka will see if you have informed consent or ethical approvals made or not, if it's a life sciences or a medicine paper or any research that involves humans or animals. And similarly, for financial disclosures, if you have been receiving any financial support, you should be declaring that, and Trinka will make sure that you have that declaration present. If not, you will be alerted. Similarly, for conflicts and data availability. And in the same vein, Trinka will also check for authorship details, which is whether the author names are present or not in the document. This again forms a quick check whether if the manuscript really requires to be blinded. That's an easy comparison against the journal guidelines then. And you will realize that you didn't have to do anything additional apart from uploading the paper to actually get this checklist, because Trinka will understand your paper not only in terms of the content, but also in terms of its structure. And finally, an important check for academic writers or authors who are writing research papers is a references check. Trinka will not only assess whether you have references present in a document or not, but also give you a sense of how many of those are very old, and you should be replacing them with newer references. The intention being that old references can be frowned upon by peer reviewers because they weaken your argument. To avoid that, Trinka will give you these alerts, which you can then use to replace with newer references, which will then make your argumentation much stronger, which obviously has an impact on peer review and then your publication overall. So that's a Trinka Cloud editor. You can also then, once you're done with your edit, download your file. And you have 2 options, which is the final file. If you would like to download a clean file without track changes, you can do so. Or if you want to retain the changes that you have made on the Trinka editor, you can download the file with track changes, and you can review the file then later on. That's the Trinka Cloud editor. Now we will move on to the auto file edit feature. The autofile edit feature is designed for writers who have already written their paper and are in need of a quick editing for the document. To use this feature, you will have to navigate to the autofile edit section on Trinka Cloud once you log in. And on this page, all you will need to do is just click on the file and on the browse button and just upload the file that you need to edit. Then choose your preferences, whether you would want to use American or British English. And if you want to have any of the categories removed, you can do that as well. But if you want to apply any style guide, you can choose a style guide to apply during the edit process. You can also choose to include comments if there are suggestions which require your input. And then submit it. Once you submit, in a couple of minutes, you will get a file which will be downloaded by Trinka's AI engine for all the corrections that are required in the document. And then you can download the file, which will be a Word file with all the track changes included. Here is a quick demonstration. In this file, you will see that Trinka has automatically made the corrections required. And there will be comments explaining suggestions which need your review. Since all the changes are in track changes, you can always obviously reject them or accept them, which gives you control of how the document should be edited finally. And at the end, you will also have Trinka's summary. This summary will give you an understanding of the overall score, which is basically the effort involved in improving the language quality as opposed to the original. And then the category of revisions in each major grammatical error category, the number of revisions in each category. This is particularly useful for enterprise clients who are looking at document quality overall. That concludes the autofile edit feature as well. Thank you everyone for joining the session. And as always, if you have any queries, you can always reach out to us at support@trinka.ai. Thanks again. I hope you enjoy using Trinka as your writing assistant.